And we're live.
Fish told me, because I was talking to Fish about how like how X-Jaws would get weed in Vegas, but before it was legal, he would just use Instagram hashtags and like 420, and he would find people who were like showing off big piles of weed, and then he'd like hit them up like, "Hey man, seems like you got a lot of weed. I have a lot of cash. Perhaps that we could do something here." And he would just buy a lot of weed from him, I mentioned that to Fish, and he's like, "Oh yeah, there's a lot of cops on there now doing like undercover stings with that sort of thing." But we do see some people who are just like overtly drug dealers. That like they're, instead of pictures of them in a bikini, it's like pictures of weed or pictures of edibles or pictures of like name a drug, and they're just like straight up with it, like prices listed and stuff like that. It's like they're just running a drugstore right off of their Tinder.
That seems like really sketchy. Like it'd be like clearly entrapment or something.
I don't know
the rules of entrapment. How does that work?
I don't think that's entrapment. I think that it's you're just a dum-dum if you I mean, I'm sure some of them are just drug dealers, right? Some of them are legitimate drug dealers, and I suppose some of them are just cops being super lazy, sitting at a desk somewhere on Tinders for fake selling drugs.
What a bunch of assholes.
And like, I can just imagine them setting up like that sting through Tinder and like presenting someone's Tinder bio as like evidence in court. That'd be so ridiculous. So yeah, don't buy drugs off Tinder, kids, or have them delivered through the mail.
Buy it at the drugstore legally.
Or yeah, go to Chevron, get your Delta-8.
Yep, get yourself whatever.
Dirty's on that Delta-8 now. He's
is he? Is he?
Yeah. Yeah, they all are. They all are. Every one of them that's not in a legal state is on Delta-8 now.
Yeah, it's exploded in popularity everywhere.
I wonder if they're going to legislate against it. I think they're not. Because it used to be they would play whack-a-mole with every new drug that came along. And now it's like the trend is towards making regular pot, which I think you could call Delta-9, I think, legal. And it's not like finding new ones to fuck with.
So I would imagine the same, hopefully.
I think that they won't mess with it because they don't know about it. I don't think that anyone who legislates knows about it, and it's not an issue for them to garner votes from. And that's when politicians do things when they can earn a vote. I think what would trigger that is if there's some news story, some high school kid gets high on Delta-8 and like wrecks his car into the cheerleading squad. Like that's gonna be it. If that happened, like literally what I just described. Some fucking high school student high on Delta-8 crashes into the cheerleading squad, and there's a fucking TMZ video or whatever, and there's dead cheerleaders on the field. All of a sudden, it makes a lot of sense to start legislating against Delta-8, crusading like they.
My head went to a different place. Like some maker of melatonin is contributing campaign dollars to his politicians, saying people are using Delta-8 to go to sleep instead,
not melatonin, legal weed. The legal weed lobby hates Delta-8.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they can't be having that. That's slowing down what they're trying to do. They want to sell their product in all of the states, right? Like I feel like Delta-8 is a problem for them. It's holding things
it's an
back.
Even more direct competitor for Delta-9.
But they also
it's not legal. Delta-8 is not legal in Colorado, for example. Like the states where like weed is straight up legal, you can't get Delta-8. My impression, or what I've been told that Delta-8 actually is, it's hemp that has been sprayed with a chemical, right? They've like created Delta-8, I guess, like with chemistry.
I don't know.
They're like spraying it onto like
I've heard that said, like, oh, it's literally just pot with like special sauce sprayed on it. It's like, is it really?
Yeah, I mean, it's like chemically, it's like one, like the molecule is very, very similar. Like it's like one or two chemicals off of what do you say? Quantities dried? Yeah, exactly. It's very similar. But how they derive it, I don't know exactly. I know it comes from hemp, but I assumed that they are like doing something in a laboratory to create Delta-8. And I've also heard of people like spray and like selling Delta-9, which is marijuana, which is THC, like as Delta-8, because how would you know? How would you know? Unless you were just like, damn, this is hitting good. This is great.
This is way better than the last one I bought.
Yeah. That's what my vape store guy told me.
I could see them like if the pot lobby was like the pro legalize it, I could see them like fighting more for just getting it like Delta-9 legal in the States where Delta-8 is currently legal, because everyone's going to switch to the regular stuff immediately. It's not like they'd have to go through the rigmarole of like, okay, we got a lobby to get this illegalized, and then the next step will be fighting for the stuff we've been fighting to get legalized forever. Like, I imagine they just take the same route that, like, you know, Colorado did, where it's like, oh, Delta-9 is legal? Okay, well, then that's the only form that's legal here. Boom.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that, like, I think it might slow down the activism for legal weed. Like, people are like, I've got Delta-8, you know.
Right? Like, why do I need Delta-9 if I have Delta-8?
It's a way to get votes now, is to be like, legalize it. Like, it's popular enough that even in like other areas we would assume like, oh, Kentucky, they just want to fuck up. No, none of them want it. Like, that scale has been tipped, and it's not going back, I would think.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I look forward to the day when it's just legal everywhere, especially federally legal. Let's see what that does to my situation and all that.
Yeah.
But moreover, I just want to smoke some weed. I'm so excited to get fucking high. I've been looking forward to it for so long. I've told that story before, but I just remember like getting home from jail, you know, not prison, but jail, like 3-4 years ago or whenever the hell it was, and just like being in the bathroom and thinking to myself, like super stressed out, obviously, and just thinking like, this is gonna be over eventually. Like this is gonna be over eventually. And you know what? I'm gonna have a water bong in front of me. I'm gonna be sitting on a couch somewhere, and I'm gonna be smoking some weed. That's coming. I thought it'd be coming a lot sooner, but I was like, eventually, like no matter what, if it's fucking 2 years, 5 years, or 10 years, we'll get back there. And like now I'm like, whatever it is, let's see how many days. I said
89, I'm gonna guess.
It's less than that. It's
okay.
86 days now and 4
Getting
hours.
Close.
Getting fucking close. Very
Zach
excited.
asked me if I'm smoking Delta-8 now that I'm home. No, I definitely don't still have that vape pen to share with Jackie, but if I did, that's what it would be. The question though, I guess I thought of the pen as like a thing that would just run out and end. You guys have acted like it will last for a really long time for someone who just like takes 3 puffs and stops.
Oh yeah.
Or sometimes 4. But I don't know. In my head, I was like, this is a thing that's going to stop working shortly, and then there'll just be no more. I don't have another source. I like it's ended, and then it's like, oh right, Delta-8 exists and it's legal in this state, and I like looked it up on the internet. There's a smoke shop, I guess, or vape shop or something in Raleigh, in my town, that sells it. But to hear you say like, shit, does the BP station down on the corner sell it?
Like less than 5 minutes away. Like there have been PKAs where like I was like, oh shit, I need something from the gas station. Like in the time that it takes that you would think I was in the bathroom, I've driven to that gas station and back. Like it's like 2.5 minutes away. It's just like zip. And
maybe I have that situation and don't even know.
It like you'll you can ask them, but like you can I recognize it immediately. They have a bunch of nefarious shit at my gas station anyway. Like there's lots of switchblades and like mall ninja shit, and
my gas station's pretty trashy.
Oh, they've got it.
Yeah.
And they've got like those drinks to like clear marijuana out of your system, like P. It says like P clean. It looks like a Gatorade or something like that. But then, like, I noticed the other day, like a couple weeks ago, it was just like, holy shit, they've got 3 different kinds of Delta-8 vapes here. Like, they've got like the sativa, the hybrid, and the indica, like right there. And then, like, I was talking to Kitty the other day, and she had Delta-8 gummies, and she's got a fucking bag of them at her house, and I'm just like, well, shit.
Well, fuck.
Well, shit. All right. I can't. Yeah. I bet those are fun.
I should go home. This is no longer a safe environment for me.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was that awesome. I don't know. On the show, I guess I got hired because I didn't care. Like there were like dead pauses in the show, which I would previously like never. I would always fill that, and I would just slinked back in my chair, not giving a fuck. So I guess it did something. But I also
suggest
it wasn't like being drunk where you really are in a different place.
So next time you have an opportunity to use one of those vapes, make sure you get it into your lungs. because like that you want to like take the puff, like draw upon it, and then really get it in your like, and then hold it for I've heard people say that like it doesn't matter how long you hold stuff in your lungs, but like
right.
How could it not? Come on, it's like your lung tissue's absorbing something. It just seems like longer is better. I'd hold it in there for like a good solid 3 seconds at least, and then I'd if it were me, I'd do that 10 fucking times.
Having only seen me smoke it the one time, like 2 or 3 shows ago, I can see why you'd give that advice. But I've done that, and it's funny. Like it'll be like I'll be like, I don't think it did anything. And then I like move or like fill up a glass of water. I'm like, oh wait, actually, no, I'm altered.
I've only used those once, and it was on that Colorado trip with Taylor, and it was like it was definitely a less potent high for me. Like I found it to be like more of a kind of a giggly, like, oh yeah, I'm pretty high kind of thing. It's what we used when we were like playing like miniature golf and we wanted to get high because you can't just light up a joint or a bowl out there, but like. Smoking like a water bong or a pipe, like burning weed, like flower, or especially doing like concentrate is just night and day stronger to me anyway, in my experience.
Okay.
Like doing concentrate, it's just like a fucking, all right, we're fucking high. Oh shit, we're high. Oh fuck. Can I do another one? Is that even safe? Like you're real fucking high. When you smoke,
and then edibles, I'm like every expert has told me the same thing. Edibles are not a beginner's high. You can't tell, and you can't get out of it because it lasts so long. Whereas a regular high, like 45 minutes later, you're on the downside. Like it's going, it's wearing off. Edibles can be hours and hours, and you might not want to be there. But it still seems like the nicest way to get high. Like you telling me a gummy bear, like that's
you just can't.
I enjoy the smoking.
As real time.
I enjoy the smoking, but also it's a different high. Like it's a different drug. Like it's it's because your liver processes it and it turns it into something else. It turns into a different drug, and it's a different kind of high for sure. It feels different, and not only, like you said, does it last way longer and take way longer to kick in and all that. But it's hard to, like you said, it's hard to gauge how much to take unless you're just a real fucking stoner and you like every day you're like, all right, I did 10 yesterday, so let's do 20 today, and you keep ramping that up to find your like perfect dose.
Seems like you should take a gummy, take a hit, then as the hit wears off, the gummy kicks in, and
that's what you do. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you got the tactics down pat.
I felt like a genius for a second there.
Oh yeah, I mean,
it's as if some like pot firm's gonna be like, guys, this,
exactly what I thought.
This 50-year-old North Carolinian man has cracked the code.
Oh yeah, like when I have access to all the goodies, like when we're out in Colorado, I'm not just like popping a gummy and be like, well, I'll be high eventually. Like, you guys enjoy your smokes, but I'm gonna get high on these gummies in an hour.
If only there was some way to get high while I waited.
Right now. Yeah. I'm really looking forward to like smoking some cool stuff. I want to smoke all the different things.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hotload said New York banned Delta-8.
They have legal weed.
Yeah, because they have legal weed. Anywhere there's legal weed, they're not allowing it.
Yep.
Which is fair. Totally fair.
That ties into my, it's not going to be the cheerleader disaster. It's going to be the lobbyists.
Yeah.
They haven't rolled out the legal weed, but it's like legalized. Like they haven't rolled out like the stores and everything. But my understanding is like they're no longer prosecuting marijuana crimes, I believe.
Okay.
Like getting that infrastructure down is what takes a long time. Like I think there's several states, like maybe Massachusetts even is one of them. I think there's a couple on the East Coast that are like that.
We need an actual pro-pot president. Obama was kind of. He just didn't have any like public backing. Like he stopped prosecuting marijuana crimes, and he was I think he was the first president that really admitted that he inhaled.
Yeah.
And he had this great line that people don't know. They're like, did you smoke pot? And he's like, yeah, I did. And they said, did you inhale? Because Clinton said he hadn't. And he goes, yes. That was the whole point.
That is such a funny thing. It feels so like Clinton saying, "But I did not inhale," like that, as if that would. And everyone's like, "Oh, we thought we had something to worry about." Like, it's like, really?
It's like, did you rape her?
That's funny because Bill Clinton was probably like talking to his PR guy, like, "Well, I mean, everybody thinks I'm pretty cool. I say I didn't inhale. Everybody's gonna think I'm a fucking loser, man."
I feel like it's like, yeah, she sucked my dick. Did you come? No, I did not. Oh,
I would never come in that bitch's pussy. Did you see a birthmark on the left ass cheek? Yeah, you couldn't. Oh shit, you got me. Yeah, yeah, we really do need just more. Well, I guess who is it? Is it Washington or Oregon? That's just like clean sweep. Like, oh yeah, the mushrooms are good. Or maybe it was.
I'm not sure. Yeah, it was one of those. I think though, and I want to say they allowed acid too.
Really? Maybe. Yeah, Oregon's pioneering drug criminalization experiment. Yeah, decriminalizes possession of small amounts of pretty much all drugs. So
yeah, including like meth and cocaine and heroin.
You know, it would suck because like everybody said for the longest time, like, yeah, you could legalize fucking meth, and I'm not going to do meth. What if they legalized it and like it's like, everybody started doing it.
I genuinely so. I don't think everyone is going to do it. Like that, of course, is an exaggeration. But will more people do it? Mm-hmm. If pot was illegal, I wouldn't have smoked it. Right? I wouldn't have found a dealer in Colorado or whatever. It's totally because it was legal. They made it seem okay. And I don't always take my morality from the law. I think that's dumb. That's crazy. Mm-hmm. But only because it was legal did I do that.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, you just tell me that there won't be some dumb high school kid who does meth who otherwise wouldn't, who does acid who otherwise wouldn't, who just,
there will be because, like, the same way that, like, do you think nearly as many people would drink if they had to brew their own beer or open a still? Most people would be like, that is such a ridiculous, like, hurdle. No, I'm not doing that. So,
right.
Like nobody could with half a brain would think like, oh yeah, you legalize that drug and the same exact number of people are going to do it. Like, no, you will see an influx of it. Just to what extent, who knows? That'll be interesting to see. This has never been tried.
Yeah. And the prosecution of drug crimes can be worse than the drug crimes themselves.
Yeah, often.
So that to me is what the experiment is. Are we going to have more or less meth trouble when we stop bringing the police in about meth?
Yeah. Well, we'll still have to bring in the police about meth when it gets rowdy.
Oh, right. Meth is a rowdy one. That's one thing about weed. Like, I don't know. People who are under the influence of weed tend to watch Netflix and eat Fritos. And those are not like public nuisances.
Yeah.